Oh, God. I kind of want to bitch, but I don't really have anything to bitch about. This is exactly what the weather is supposed to be doing right now. It's December 21st. It is nasty out there. I got sucked into a sucker hole. I looked at the weather, and the weather said it's 30% chance of rain. And I looked out the windows and people were driving around with no rain gear on, and I went downstairs and got my motorbike and sniffed around a little bit, and it was drizzling, and it wasn't a mild drizzle, it was like this thick, awful, gross drizzle, and I ended up going to Latte Mart. And I pulled this off and left it in with my moto. I went in and went grocery shopping, so now I have to hang this up. Here, you can come with me. I'll show you how I hang this up. This always goes here when I come in. If it's nasty and wet out, this goes here. And you know what? I will dry it on the outside. I will flip it around a bit. Once it's hanging, I'll come back in an hour and, wiggle it, get some more water off of it, dry it. And once it's dried on the outside, I will turn it inside out and dry it on the inside too, because if you don't do that, it just gets gross. You go like this, you sniff inside and it smells like rotten something, and I don't know where that comes from. So I clean it with it. This is rubbing alcohol, not 70% rubbing alcohol. So you go in after the fact, after it's dry, and just kill all whatever bacteria is in there from who knows where it came from. And it's just gross outside. I looked out here and it looked like not too awful, but I'm like completely protected in here by these buildings. I just came across the bridge that goes over to Latte Mart from here, and I almost had my motorcycle blown out from underneath me, and I was going 40 kilometers an hour, right? And there were people in front of me that almost stopped dead in their tracks because of the wind, just like, "Arr!" And there was a guy who had 2 big styrofoam boxes strapped onto the back of his motorbike that were probably this tall, and he was just fighting it. Oh my God. Oh. I have friends coming today from Australia who are expecting nice weather. I don't know what they're expecting, but they're not going to get it. Okay, where are you? You're here. So I don't really want to bitch, or do I? No, I don't want to bitch. This is wet. Everything's wet. Hi. No, I don't want to bitch. I just wanted to talk about being trapped inside by shitty weather. I mean, I could go to the mall and walk around, but that's quite a drive. And I'm on the tail end of this, whatever this was. This thing started in my nose with sniffles, like, today's Thursday, probably last Friday, right? A week ago. And it went from clear snot to yellow snot, and so I immediately started doing sinus rinse. I'll show you this, actually. This thing and this stuff. So this thing I bought in Vienna, and it's In the US, they call them neti pots, and they look like little blue plastic teapots. And you fill them up with saline, and you pour it into your nose. And for some reason, this thing's got a valve. So this is plugged, and that's open. And you fill it up to here, and you just run it through your skull. You know, you just put it in here and go, and it just pours out. And so I aggressively started doing this as soon as I started getting a sinus issue. And it chopped it short. And I'm almost over this, and I haven't had to use antibiotics, which is kind of a first, because I'm one of those people that trust antibiotics and kind of jump on them probably way too early. But I am thinking that I probably will need the antibiotics for something way more important than just a sinus infection. So anyway, I've been rinsing 4 or 5 times a day doing that. And that's helped a lot. But then it went into my throat and then into my lungs. And you can hear that it's not done yet. And I woke up coughing up some goop. And if it continues, that's another reason why I don't want to go out. I mean, I walked 5,000 steps yesterday, and I was feeling really good when I left. And I woke up this morning feeling kind of shitty. So I'm just sort of not there yet. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yuck. Yuck. Oh, it's clear. Yay. Oh, what was that? Clothing dragging against the back of my leg. Yeehaw. Okay. So I'm hunkering down. I've just been home wondering about stuff. I worked on a new trailer. I put together a new trailer for my channel, which is kind of fun. And I incorporated some old elements that I created 20 years ago. And I used to have a production company called Square Edge Productions, which really didn't exist anywhere other than in my mind. So I'm going to resurrect that and start using that again, Square Edge Productions. What else? This stuff. Oh, this is what I'm using. It's called nitric chloride, and it's 9% salt water. So it's 0.9% salt water, and it's salty, pretty salty. If it was 9% salt water, it would be super salty. But you just run this through your skull, and it works. It's sterile. You go to if you need it, you use your Google Translate, and you say sterile seawater. Do you have sterile seawater? And they will point you to that stuff and sell you that. What are we doing here? My sister's coming on the January 2nd with her husband. They're going to be here for a day. They're coming on a cruise, and they're just porting and then farting around for a day and then leaving. And it will be good to see them. I haven't seen her in 10 years, probably. It'd be really fun to see them. Val and Frank. What else is going on? My friend Andrew Bloom's showing up today somewhere. He departed Sydney. He departed Sydney either yesterday or today, and he's arriving either today or tomorrow here. And he's looking for some sun. And the weather forecast is just like, ugh. So Myntti.com, I know I've talked about this before, but this is something important to have on your phone. Myntti.com. You can open it up and it will go to where your location is and show you what the wind is doing, and you can zoom in and zoom out, and you can scroll all around the world and zoom in and zoom out and see what the wind is doing. And it has a play button, so you can click play on the bottom left, and it will use an amalgamation of the various models, weather models, to predict what's coming. And it's kind of fun to watch, because especially here during typhoon season, because you can just watch them. You know, watch them come across, and you can see the weather happening, and you can be hunkered down with your curtains closed, hiding under your covers, and watching this typhoon just rattle your concrete building. Yeah. What else? What else do I want to talk about? I can't wait to feel better again. I'm almost there. Almost there. I'm like 85% right now. And I think hopefully by tomorrow, if I drink enough water today, by tomorrow I should be 100%. I'm hoping. Okay, love you guys. Thanks for listening. This is my video this week. I didn't have anything else planned, and because I've just been feeling like shit all week, just like awful. Like creativity doesn't come out of feeling like shit. Desperation does, but not creativity. Unless you're desperately creative, which I guess I'm not. Love you all. Love everybody. Thank you. See ya. Bye-bye.